As we begin week 8 of the semester, be aware that this will wrap up the second grading period of the semester. That means it's time to make sure that you have your house in order. Make sure that you have, number 1, all of your tardies paid for. Number 2, all of your absences paid for. Number 3, all of your unexcused absences. Realize that an unexcused absence is a different purchase. If you've forgotten that, you might want to reflect back on the rundown at the bottom. That is a part of the policy. An unexcused absence is much more costly than a traditional excused absence. An excused absence still must be paid for, as do tardies. Also, you should have, and I have record of all of this, you should have paid for the minutes that you were late on each of those tardies. And that time needs to be made up. Now, if you have not yet made up the missing time, if you have not yet paid for all of your absences, that must be done by 3 o'clock at the end of this week in order for you to be eligible for the perk and the A that goes along with it, or vice versa. Make sure that you have your house in order. If you're unsure of what needs to be purchased or what has been already purchased, use your stats panel in combination with your portal account. In the stats panel, if you look at your inventory, right here you will see all of the purchases that you have made. Did you make enough purchases to pay for all of your tardies? Remember, the first 2 were paid for. They were free. They were passes. But any after that, absences, tardies, those were additional purchases. There must be all of them. Minutes. Did you actually, and I don't know, I do have a couple on here. Have you made up the minutes that you lost? You should have made some purchases for subtracting minutes if you came to class 5, 10, 15, etc. minutes late. Those minutes have to be made up during access, during off periods, during lunch, or after school. If you need to talk to me about additional possible times that you could use the lab to make up that time, please see me. At that point, though, you should have only positive numbers for minutes, positive numbers for honor gold experience. If you have damage, that must be paid for. Make sure to reconcile or repair your damage, also available in the market at the bottom of each weekly rundown. If you have all of that taken care of, fantastic. I'm not going to load you down with a lot more today for the short class, so use this time to continue to get back to work from where you left off in your Illustrator quests. For those of you that thought you had finished everything, I did add a quest onto the end of the Illustrator 101 quest chain, so go and check that one out. That dives into some tools, utilizing some videos from a friend of mine. I will, as time progresses, replace those with my own videos, but I wanted to give you the option to jump into those now. If you have questions, please do come and see me. Log into Portal to reference your tardies and absences. I also have record myself that must match up for the minutes. Almost forgot, as a teaser, as we wrap up the second grading period, beware that next week is going to be a major transition for everyone, as Photoshop is going to become the focus of our semester. So please make sure that you are absolutely as motivated and as productive as you can be this week in Illustrator, because we will, as a class, be moving on and looking at new options, the new software in Adobe Photoshop. Bear in mind that that also means that you absolutely must have that library card and account to access lynda.com, or you will not be able to do any work at that time. All right, just a side note for next week.